Hi there, I'm going to show you in this short tutorial how you create a welcome screen for an experiment in PsyToolkit. Now, the default screen size for experiments in PsyToolkit is 800 by 600, and I think it's quite useful to now once if you start Inkscape, right, to set you start with this sort of like portrait mode paper size, but that's not what the screen looks like. So first I recommend to go to the document properties, then where it says here front page, select pixels and change that to say 800 by 600, unless you want to work with a different resolution like 1920 by 1080 is very popular, then change it to that. So okay, let's keep it like this. Now then you need to decide as well what sort of background color you actually want to work with. The default background color is black. That is common in cognitive psychology because then the only thing that is highlighted really is the stimulus. But sometimes we use a white background. It doesn't really matter. For this example, I'm going to use a white background, and actually if I click here on page and you see the alpha channel here is on 0, I put it on 100%. That means that the background when I export it is really completely white and not transparent as it was. So that's one thing you can do, and then it's really up to you what you do. But remember, in the welcome screen, which you present with the message instruction, people by default need to press spacebar. So one thing you would want to add, at least at the bottom already, something like press spacebar to continue. Press spacebar to continue. Now if you look at this, it looks a little bit small. Now of course we can zoom in to the screen. I pressed 5 in Inkscape. In order to create a text, you click on this text thing and then you can type anything. So for example, instructions. And the nice thing is here, if you then click on this arrow again in Inkscape, you can move it around. Now it's currently on snap mode. I switch it off for a second. You can then use these handles, press Control, hold Control while you resize it so that the aspect ratio of the text stays the same. I can do like this. Instructions looks nice. Big text, very clear. This text also at the bottom, I can change that a little bit now. Then what's really important is if you click on the text here and then you can draw sort of like a rectangle, that is actually a text area, and if you change that it will wrap the text. Now imagine this is a Stroop task. You can write something like in this task you will see words, respond to the ink color of the words, not the meaning. If the ink color is red, press R. If the ink color is green, press G. If the ink color is blue, press B. If the ink color is yellow, press Y. Now of course you can make this even nicer. You can have all sorts of decorative items, because on its own text can quickly become boring, and what I recommend is to engage people. So first of all, by the way, I would probably make this even a little bit bigger. You can choose a different font in Inkscape if you want that. You select the text, for example, right? So then you click on this text, but then you can choose a different, typically from here, or you can open the dialog and then go on text, and then you can have a more fun font, assuming that is installed on your computer, right? So it depends a little bit. On my computer I have this fun font. It looks like, looks a little bit more playful. What I recommend as well in the instruction screen is maybe something like yeah, a little funny face or a smiley. If you are creative, I'll show you here how you can quickly do that, right? So we click the circle here. I click circle. And I just make a circle here. Now I go to the bottom to change it saying yellow. I hold shift and press here the black color, then I get a black outline. Alright, so I'm going to now again click on circle. I'm going to click on black, sorry, do Ctrl Z to undo that, because this was still selected, right? So I click here, now I draw an eye in there, and then I do copy paste and another eye. Now I could align that properly, but just moving this around simply, that looks actually already quite funny. And then a little mouth. You can do that in different ways. You can create a line. It's called a Bezier curve, but that's just basically a line. So you click one time, hold the mouse, and then you draw and click twice, and then I get a line. And you can, if you click here on the node tool, you can just do something like this. Now it is filled. Actually, you see if you do this, it's filled. It's actually quite good in this case. But you can also press the little red cross here, and then you just have the line, and you can do something funny. It looks more playful, right? It is basically sort of a smiley, and then you can select in everything and move it around. You can press Ctrl G to group it, and then it's just one, and then you can copy paste and you can have another one, just to make it playful. Look how much nicer that looks. Now once you've done that, this is an Inkscape file, so I recommend you to keep the Inkscape file in case you want to edit this, so you save it as whatever that is. Okay, now what you also want to do is you want to export it. You need to export it. This is very important so that you can upload it, and then you choose a file name. Make sure it's still 800 by 600 pixels, and select page, because you have set the page exactly to the screen size, and that is then the file. You save it, and then you can upload it in your PsyToolkit account. Yeah, and that's it. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because that really supports PsyToolkit.